Yo, man. Yo. Can y'all see me, bro? You feel me? Like, can y'all see me, bro? I'm on this John playing this shit in bed. But yo, today. I told y'all from the last video I was gonna know what day it was, obviously, because I'm able to see all the videos that I post, just like you see them. And today is day 4, y'all. Day 4, 2026. We're in January. No, this is not in chronological order of the days of the year. So this is not the fourth day of January, but this is the fourth day of my journey towards, um, I would just call it a journey. I don't, the final destination is whatever God wants for me. But just know I'm on a journey of learning and understanding and growing and, you know, improving. The man that I was before, the person that I was before, I'm letting him go. You know, um, there's definitely still bits and pieces of him that I still use that allow me to have a starting point. See what I'm saying? So that way I can grow. How do I know if I made any growth if I have nothing to measure it to? And the only thing I have to measure growth to in my own personal life is the man I was before. Feel me? So cool. It's crazy because this morning, right? I got up. I got up today. And I remember the first thing that God put on my mind today was like, I want you to read this morning. Before you before you try to make any video today, like you always do, I want you to read today. There's something that I want you to see. And I was like, all right, I got you. I got up, turned my camera on, sat there for a whole hour messing with my microphone. Try to get up and record my first video this morning. I just didn't feel it, you know. Every time I do these videos and I speak to y'all, um, like I said, I speak truly and purely from the heart, and I speak from, you know, um, an intuition of I don't even know what word to kind of place on the end, but just know like nothing's written. Everything's just it's just here, just flowing, it's just off the top. So I tried to do it and I wasn't feeling it at all. I felt like I didn't have anything to share or talk about with you guys. I felt like I was trying to, you know, um, brainstorm different things on the fly and that that doesn't last too long when you don't have anything behind it, you know? So one thing I do now and something I've noticed from before is that if my mind is not thinking in a way of growing, or if I felt like I didn't have any new information to share with y'all, then I must sit down and read a book or add something towards my inventory that will give me that spark to share something with you guys, because everything's in there. I just have to find the keys to unlock the doors, and for me, reading has allowed me to do that in many different ways. It taps on um, different things in my mind that ignites that inspiration or that door that opens up for me to share. So, hope y'all ready for this one this morning. So, I was reading today in a book, and ironically, we were on the topics of love today. I was like, all right, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. But there was this one section that I read that I didn't fully understand exactly what it was talking about. So I did some deeper thinking and some deeper research to figure out exactly what it meant. Because you know how you read something or you see something and it strikes a core, like you feel it, but you can't really explain it, but you feel it. You're like, damn, I don't know what that was, but that really registered with me. I can't tell you what it was, but I can tell you that it really registered with me. That's what happened today when I was reading this book. Let me double check though before I continue because all right, we're good. Yeah, let me double check before I continue to make sure all my audio and everything's good. But man, get your popcorn and let's get it. I'm gonna just read a small little section. It says, when a woman becomes indifferent or critical and ceases to be an inspiration to her husband, he misses the stimulus of their early relationship and is restless and unhappy. I'm gonna read it again. It says, when a woman becomes indifferent or critical and ceases to be an inspiration to her husband, he misses the stimulus of their early relationship and is restless and unhappy. I said, dang, what does that mean? I don't, it's something about this passage that hit it, hit a string, like something in there, right? Something in there hit a pulse within me that I was trying to identify. And I sat there. I read the whole entire passage, like the whole entire chapter. I came back, read it again, got to that part again, and felt the same string or the same pulse hit again. And I said, okay, let's sit here for a few minutes, and I want you to address the first thing that comes to your mind. And I said, the first thing that comes to my mind when I read that is my ex girlfriend. So if I'm gonna be honest, it is. I don't know what it is, but something about that brings me to my ex girlfriend. So I'm gonna read it again before I continue. It says, when a woman becomes indifferent or critical and ceases to be an inspiration to her husband, he misses the stimulus of their early relationship and is restless and unhappy. So I said, damn, to be honest, I do miss the earlier parts of my relationship that I had with her. The friendship, the having fun, the spending time together, you know, the affection, her being affectionate towards me, you know. I really, really, really loved her talent. She can draw her ass off. Like, I'm talking about draw her ass off, bro. And I never, like, seen nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? And I was one of the things that I really loved about her for sure. And for me, that was like the creative outlet that I have in myself as a person, just loving to create um, something so plain into something, so cool. You know what I mean? Like so decent, so different. Being able like to add your flavor on shit. I think that's why I like clothes and dressing and art and all types of shit like that because you can take something that's like like a like a something blank. You can pour out your mind onto it, right? And you could turn it into something so much more better than what it once was. And I think that same concept is how I felt about a relationship. Um, Things changed for us though as we was together. Um, I became very unavailable to her emotionally. Um, I became very distant from her even while we were together. Now, distance wasn't a problem in our relationship. I continued to create more and more distance between me and her though. Like I forced that, you know? And if I'm gonna be honest, it got to a point in time where I started to really feel like we weren't in alignment with one another. I started to feel like, you know, she only loved me and she only cared about me because she was able to control where I was at. And as long as I was there for her and she could see me and touch me, that's all she wanted and that's all she cared about. And for me, it didn't matter how far away I was from her. I will always love her. I will always care about her. I will always think about her, you know? Even to this day, like it's been years. It's been probably like maybe, I don't know, maybe 4 years. I don't know. It's been years. I still think about her to this day. I probably always think about her. I don't know. But let's get a little deeper. Let's get a little deeper because right now I'm kind of playing in shallow water a little bit. If I'm gonna just be honest and transparent with y'all, because that was very like emotional for me to share that with y'all. But let's go a little bit deeper. You feel me? Let's go a little bit deeper. I want to say this too. Everything that I ever did, I hate to take, you know, I hate to take away from someone else's effort for anything that they were able to accomplish in life. Like I said, I'm not that powerful. I'm not as influential as I may believe I am. This is all God's work, you know? But just know that I cared about the success of your career. Just know I cared about the development of you. And just know that I wanted nothing but the best for you. And something that really, I guess, resonated with me with you was that I saw someone who was like myself when I was younger, very timid, um, very scared, non-confrontational, um, always trying to play the lines of life and limiting themselves towards the possibility of what they true of who they truly are. And I knew for myself when I had broke through that barrier, life, life was really life, and still is. You know, like I started to see life way differently. Once I broke through that fear, once I broke through that plane of fear, which football helped me with that in my life. But once I broke through that, like I was able to emerge into more of who I was because I wasn't afraid of anything. I'm not afraid of anything. So even from the small things that I saw her do and was capable of doing, I said, bro, once this girl breaks through this fear, she's gonna be a fucking force. And I don't even think she gets it yet, but I see it. But she is going to be a fucking force because I'm never up until this point. I'm never up until that point being with her. You know, I never met nobody else with the skill set and the ability to create like I did with her. So when being with her, that was really my goal with her. You know, I just saw the way that people treated her. You know, I saw the way that people didn't really have confidence and belief in her. Even when I first was, seeking to kind of deal with her and talk to her and be with her, there was people telling me, "Yo, okay, Sean, bro, you and her are nothing alike, bro." Like at the time, bro, you Like you a street nigga, bro. Like you be outside for, you feel me? Like you on your own type John. This girl don't know nothing about that. This girl ain't that type of person at all. You know, she don't got that. She don't got that in her. And I remember that shit used to make me mad. I used to say, how dare somebody say that about somebody? How dare somebody say that, someone's incapable of, you know, moving past where they're at and flourishing in life? Like, how dare somebody else say that and tell me that I'm incompatible with someone else? Who the fuck are you? So that, like, they used to ignite a spark in me. Um, but yeah, let's, like I said, let's get to it. Something I want to really read and share with y'all right here. Um, I'm gonna say this too. Even after we ended our relationship, like officially, because I continued breaking up with her a lot. And the reason why I kept breaking up with her was because when I was around her, I didn't feel like I could be myself. You know, I felt like that guy, the other side of me, other than, the very nice and the very playful. I can play with kids and act like I'm a kid, and someone from the outside looking in might really think like I'm immature, or might really think I don't have the capacity to think in the ways that I'm, articulating my words and my thoughts with you guys. They might really think that I'm really a kid, but I'm not. I'm just myself, to where I love having fun. Like, I love playing, and like, everyone wants to be an adult so bad and be so mature and drink and smoke and do all these things. And it's like, bro, like, when I was a kid, bro, I had fucking fun. Like, I had fun doing the simplest shit. You ever notice that if you take your kid outside, right, and the kid sees a fucking little playhouse, like behind the fence, a kid, mind you, it's a playhouse, y'all. There's nothing else, in the fucking house. It's just a playhouse. That's all. But if you take your kid, right, and you let the kid see the playhouse, that kid will go fucking crazy. He or she will try to find their way to that playhouse just to be in it. Because in their mind, that shit's a castle, you know, that shit's a mansion, you know, that shit is everything they can imagine. And it's literally just a playhouse. It's literally nothing else there. They running around it, they making up games, they hiding in it, they knocking on the doors, opening the windows, hey, talking like it's their own house. It's such a cool thing to see. And it's such a fun experience. Um for both the kids and the parents, just watching and seeing the enjoyment on the kid's face. So I have that side of me, funny, joking, this, but I also have another side to me too that is very driven, and very intentional, you know. And like I said, I could be very tenacious towards things that I want, and I will not take no for an answer. And I will find out every bit of piece of information that I need to know to get me to where the fuck I want to go. And I will not stop until I get it. And I don't care who you are. I don't care what status of life or wherever it's at. If I need to talk to you, if I need to go figure something out, I will show up at your front door. Like, I'm one of those people. Like, I have no rat. Like, I have no rat at all. So when it came to that side of things, that's where we lacked in our relationship a lot. Because me being that way, and me being aggressive, and me, like, not always having time for the games, or wanting to play around or lay around in the house and watch stuff on TV and just chill. At the time, she was living with her mom, but and I already had my own house and shit. So apartment, excuse me. I already had my own apartment and shit like that. Me and her only a year apart. So you know, you gotta understand, like I'm already having my own to come with you, and I'm like we in your crib and it's cool, but like you know, I'm a grown man, you know what I mean? And I appreciate it, you know. Her mom was very great. Her mom was very nice to me, very great. Used to cook me food on days where I didn't eat, you know, because at that time, like I said, it was a time for me in my life. Just know that. But yeah, her family is very good to me. They were very good. Um, but at the same time, you know, you're talking to a man who already has his own, and he's continued to build what he has. Respectfully, you know, I appreciate the hospitality, the love, and everything that her family ever offered me, you know. But I'm not going to continue to. I'll visit, I'll chill, I'll hang, but I'm not trying to spend all my time, number one, in the house with you watching TV while your mom is sitting there watching us and making sure we don't kiss or we don't hug or we not too touchy. And I can't go upstairs, I can't do nothing. I'm only allowed to stay right here in the living room, you know. And even like I said, like even when we first got together, like me and her would spend time in her backyard, you know what I mean? Which is cool. Like I got nothing to do with that. But even while spending time in the backyard, I would look over my shoulder, look at the window. Her mom was watching us. You get what I'm saying? Like at this time, I'm like 23, bro. Like I'm like, yo, like I respect this. Like, I don't want to come in here, and and disrespect anyone's home or nothing like that. Like I was telling her, but I was trying to explain to her, like, yo, like when you got your own, you have your own. You don't go to someone else's house telling them what to do in their own home. You go to your house and you do what you want to do in your own home. So me being a man, I want to hold you, I want to hug you, I want to kiss you. Shit, I walk around the house dry humping you if I want to. You know what I'm saying? I want to smack you on the ass. You feel me? Like I want to grab you by your neck. You feel me? Like that's how I am. Like that's what I want to be. I don't want to be on any restriction because like I'm a grown man. You see what I'm a grown man. You get what I'm saying? I'm not a kid. I'm not a teenager. I'm a grown man. You feel me? You're a grown woman. Like we're grown. You know what I mean? Like I stopped living like that years ago. Like I went and got my own, you know what I mean? So um as things just continue, like I said, I didn't feel like again like we were kind of like I don't think she understood what I was saying. I think she used to interpret the material things that I had and felt like if she had it too, then things will work. And I'm like, no, 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 no. It's understanding here. It's just an understanding. This is not about because I had my own and things like this. Like it's an understanding that I went and got my own. So now I understand that I can do what I want with my own. And that allows me to understand that when you're in someone else's house, you have to respect their house and respect what they ask for. You cannot disrespect that because you can get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? It's the same way I would run my own household. But being someone who wants to be with you and being affectionate in a way that they want to be affectionate with you, this cannot take place here. You get what I'm saying? So cool, like I gotta figure out a way to at this time my real house is like a couple hours away. So I gotta figure out how the fuck I'm gonna be able to try to, get this all to come together. But so with that being said, is like that's why I continue to create distance between me and her. After a while, I just felt like she wasn't really understanding where I was coming from just in life with the perspective that I was speaking from. Is that um I'm gonna just continue. All right, cool. For a while though, after we after we broke up. And it's crazy. Like I said, I kept putting distance in between me and her because again, I kept feeling like I wasn't in a line with her. I kept feeling like after a while it was just in a control factor. It was just she, yes, 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 like became a mimic towards whatever I was saying or doing and trying to just make me happy to keep me around, but she never understood why I was doing what I was doing. When I'm with someone, I like for them to add their input. I like for them to add their value. I like for them to challenge me. I like for them to say, yeah, that sounds like a good idea, baby, but you ever thought about it like this? Just challenge me. Cause now I know you're in tune with what I'm striving for, what I'm becoming. And no, I might not take the things that you're saying as, a goal, anything like that, but I would definitely consider those things and I definitely appreciate you caring. And I definitely appreciate you wanting to make sure that I get here. I definitely appreciate you being the one to tell me the truth and not being the one to try to tell me what I want to hear. I dislike people like that. I dislike things or people that just wants to tell me what I want to hear. I know that's not life. You have to tell me the truth. That's the only way I will grow. You have to challenge me. That's the only way I will grow. And if you're afraid to challenge me, if you're afraid to tell me the truth, I question if you really love me. Why? Why are you afraid of me? Why are you afraid to challenge me? Why are you afraid to speak your mind and tell the truth? I'm the same man that spent time with you every day and at that time was spending time with you every day and loving you and being affectionate with you all the time. And you're scared to tell me the truth. You're scared to challenge me on my own goals. You're scared to challenge yourself and be supportive. You know, at that time, like I said, my life was kind of crazy, but I said, fuck all this shit, nigga. Like, I'm gonna get up 5 o'clock in the morning and go to the gym. I know one thing, me going to the gym to better myself, it's gonna better my mind, it's gonna better my situation. Yeah, I might be fucked up right now going through what I was going through. I was staying in my car at the time, but fuck that. We parked up at the gym, nigga. Fuck all that, nigga. I got the gym right here. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna keep pushing myself and pushing myself and pushing myself until I can get myself where the fuck I want to be. But I'm not gonna stop. Like, I'm not gonna give up. And if you with me, then you with me too. Then you showing up with me too. We there at 5 o'clock in the morning. Remember, you just got out your bed at your mom crib with your clothes and everything taken care of. I just woke up in a fucking Volkswagen in fucking wintertime outside of a fucking YMCA. I'ma still go in this bitch and go take a shower and go hit the gym and read a book and work on something and find a new skill, new craft to get into to bring more success to us. Fuck all that. I don't give a fuck. I'ma go. You know? So in those times and days to where she didn't show up to the gym with me, and those times and days that she, it was too much for her. That is what separated me from her. Cause I said, damn, like she not really here for me. She only showing up and wanting to do these things because it's beneficial for her. Cause she know where I'm at. She got a handle where I'm at. For her, she finds comfort. And as long as she know where I'm at, as long as she know what I got going on, and she got control over that, that's her love. That's her comfort for herself. But I can never speak to her in a way that challenges her, or just, let her know where I'm coming from. Anytime I express any way that I felt about something, I did my best to do it in a way of like, I won't yell at her, nothing like that. I was just, like challenging her perspective on things. She will always take this role like, um, oh my God, I'm not a good person. Oh my God, you mean if I'm not a good person? I'm like, no, baby, I'm not saying you're not a good person. I'm not saying that. I'm giving you a perspective input on this is why these things are this and this is that. And I will hope that you get the train of thought that I'm coming from and you'll be able to pick up on what's going on here. But if you continue to look at things like you're not a good person or anything like that, when I had these conversations with you, how are we going to grow here? And she would just get like real resentful towards me and then start saying hateful things to me or mean things to me, and it just wasn't good. But anyway, let's continue. So I said, oh, even all right. So I gotta say this too. When we finally departed at the end, like finally left, y'all, and I'm gonna say exactly what happened. Exactly what happened. I'm gonna skip that other part because I'm not here to try to embarrass her, do nothing like that. And that's not what I'm here to do. I am giving y'all content towards what I'm talking about and give y'all some rapport about things. And no, I wasn't a perfect guy. No, I'm not sitting here saying those things. Yes, I did stray away from her while we were, you know, apart. Yes, I did go sleep with another woman, things like that. Eventually I did. Yeah, I did. So I'm not saying here, trying to play that role at all. That's not the case. I'm just I've now come to an understanding about what was going on. You know what I'm saying? Because I always knew I loved her. I always knew I loved her. I always knew I was attracted to her. I loved her. She was very beautiful. Like I always knew that. But it was those things that I could not be confined to. And now I understand it's because I wasn't in a line with alignment with who I believed I am and my purpose. If anything, I feel like I was retracting and going backwards because I cannot flourish and be this guy to my full capacity. Because every time I be that guy to my full capacity, and scaring my partner. It's scaring the person that I love and the person that I care about. And it's causing us to have conflict in a relationship. And I already been through that in my life. I've been through that with my family. I'm pushing myself as far as I can in sports and and it's and working towards achieving a professional, career, to where I told him, no, I need to do what I need to do to make sure I get us all there. So if it requires me to go train and go do this or go to school 3 hours away to have a chance at a scholarship and shit, I'm doing this shit. I'm doing this shit for us, but I'm gonna go do this shit. And when that didn't work out, and I look back at all the time that I put in towards working to achieve this goal in football, and I kind of look back and I realize how much time I missed with my family. And I at that time I felt like that was the reason why things happened in my family to where my relationship with my siblings, my parents weren't strong. And the people that I loved and the people that I was doing it for, being my why, didn't even fuck with me. You know what I mean? Or didn't even look at me the same no more, you know, and shit like that, it it was very hard to come out of that with them. And I was still struggling with that. Even though I was making my way out, I was still struggling with that. So to see it happen again with someone I love and I care about, at this time, she was really the only person in my life, really, to be honest with you. She was the only person in my life at this time. So there was a part of me that didn't want to be by myself no more. Especially when I'm looking for the confidence and reassurance back in myself towards going at it again. They always say, the hardest part in achieving anything or accomplishing anything in life is the will to continue to get back up. That's the hardest part. Fuck what you had before. What you had before don't matter. It's what you're about to do now. Are you about to get back up and go further than you was before? Or was the fall so low and so deep that you'll never make it back? That's the hardest part. Rebuilding yourself, finding that confidence back in yourself, the will back in yourself to continue driving, moving forward. Reframing your purposes, reframing your mindset that allow you to achieve all the things that you always knew you was possible of doing, even if you failed the first time or the second time or the third time or the fourth time, the fifth time or the sixth time. Having that real belief about yourself that you will do it. That's the hardest part. Especially when the people or things or whatever once was is not now no more. That's the hardest part, right? So I wasn't about to allow myself to go through that again. So again, that's why I created the distance from her. And I really felt a really bad disconnect from her. Because when that distance happened between me and her, She was helping me like with rental cars and stuff, and shit like that and stuff like that. But I'm telling y'all, when I didn't speak to her, she was taking all that shit away. And she knew my circumstances. Like she knew like when me and her was taking little breaks because we wasn't seeing eye to eye. I never stopped loving her. I didn't take a break from her and go sleep with other girls. That wasn't how to happen. I never stopped loving her. I just couldn't allow myself to continue to be around that and know that I wasn't growing and flourishing in the ways that I wanted to because I was suppressing myself to make someone else feel more comfortable in being around me. If you watch my last video that I just discussed with y'all the other day, was that if you continue to suppress yourself to make others feel comfortable around you, and you do this on a day to day to day to day to day to day to day basis, you will eventually see suppression as normal, and you will be afraid to expand yourself because expansion will cause discomfort, and discomfort will create loss. But in order to gain, you must let go. Right? So I wasn't gonna allow myself to go through that with her. I told myself that. I said, you know what? I told her this. I said, you know what? I gave you the opportunity to be an addition towards things between us. I don't know where we stand right now. I do love you, but I gave you an opportunity. I input it. I gave you place to input and have value in my life. I gave you the room. I spoke about my dreams. I spoke about things that I wanted to do. I shared them with you. You know what used to make me mad is when you tell somebody your goals, or like when I used to tell her my goals, like baby, I'm gonna accomplish this. Like baby, fuck all that. Like I'm gonna be a business owner. Like baby, like all this shit, like this shit gonna be mine. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna go accomplish all this shit. Like wherever the fuck I want, I'm gonna go get that shit. And like that's how I was with her all the time. And she used to be like, "That's good, that's good, baby, that's good. I'm happy for you." I'm like, fuck you mean that's good? Fuck you mean you happy for me? What the fuck are you talking about right now? I didn't ask you if this was good or bad. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, are you not understanding what I'm saying here? Like, fuck is you saying that's good? You happy for me? What the fuck are you talking about right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's good. You're happy for me. Like, the fuck is this girl talking about? And it used to make me mad. I used to get mad. Like, what? That's good. Like, who the fuck are you talking to? Tell something that's good. Like, and she used to really make me mad, bro. I could laugh about it now, but at the time, y'all, I was not laughing. I'm telling you, I was not laughing. You talking to a nigga who was sleeping in his car for months, going to that gym to wash up for months, like eating out of a bag. Like, I literally get fucking microwave bag rice and heat it up at gyms or wherever I can go and eat that throughout the day so I can save my money. Like, I literally went vegan to try to save more money. Like I went pescatarian and vegan to save more money. People thinking this shit was a fucking health choice. No, nigga, that shit was cheaper, nigga. A can of beans versus a pound of chicken, nigga. The math ain't that hard, nigga. A can of beans like $1. You mean a pound of chicken like $8, nigga? Yo, grab them beans, bro. How many beans do I need? You feel me to hit the same protein that this one chick? All right, bet we getting the beans, nigga. You feel me? And then I can eat every day at least once. Fucking go get the beans, nigga. You feel me? That's why no fucking, you know what I mean, nigga. Fuck is you talking about, bro? But yeah. So let's uh let's continue. So like I said, I'll leave it at this before I continue to what else I want to share with y'all. But um when we departed, I knew it was over. Like I already knew she was dealing with somebody else. Like but I couldn't blame her because it was like we wasn't technically together. Technically we weren't together. Technically we weren't. So her to be dealing with somebody else, she didn't do anything wrong in doing that technically. So I can't get mad at her because technically she wasn't wrong. You know. Um, I remember I came to her and I just brought her like a go away gift, like I brought her a gift. Like like when it was all said and done. Like I came down there and I saw her and I gave her a gift. And I remember I was just writing all these letters and I was putting it in the box. And I was just putting like all these face masks and like hair wash and hair masks and like smell goods and lotions in the box. And I remember I wrapped it up and I hit it with a y'all know the Jones that you twist and like shoot out confetti. Remember I just shot that John in a box and I just gave it to her. And I remember I gave her a hug. And I gave her a letter too. It's crazy. When I went to go give her a letter, I think she thought I was trying to shoot her. Like, cause I always had, I always carried my firearm with me everywhere we went. When we was together. Um, and like she used to just get scared all the time, and I used to be like, yo, like, and I guess in her own mind, she knew that she was dealing with somebody else. So I guess when she saw me keep reaching, mind you, I've never put my hands on her. I've never grabbed her, never done none of those things. Never, never, never. I will not do that to a woman. You, like, bro, look at me, bro. Look at me, bro. Seriously, bro. I don't know if y'all could tell in this video, but I'm 220 pounds. I'm 6 foot, 6 foot one on a good day. Y'all know how I go. You feel me? Like, bro, this girl's half my size, bro. Just in general, like women in general, like bro, like I'm a college athlete. Like I played tackle football with grown men. Feel me? Like a little woman doesn't stand a chance. A woman in general doesn't stand a chance. So why would I put my hands on a woman? Like that's fucking like we don't even gotta do all that. But I remember I was reaching. We was in the elevator and I was reaching. And I remember she was getting scared, like, oh my God, what are you trying to do? I'm like, what? I gave her a letter. And in the letter, I told her how much I loved her. I told her how much I cared for her. She all sitting there all scared, heart pounding and stuff. And for me, that hurt my feelings. Like, damn, I gave you nothing but so much love and enlightenment. I try to teach you everything that I know for you to be successful. And you question if I'm gonna hurt you? Damn, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That other side of me you never understood. You never learned who he was. You was afraid of him. How can you be with someone that you're afraid of? Why are you with me if you're afraid of me? I thought you were here to love me. Why are you afraid of me? What have I ever done to you to make you afraid of me? So that used to hurt my feelings. But remember, I gave her that. Then I told her, wait right here. I went downstairs, went to my car, got the box, came back, gave her the box. And then she just started crying. We started talking. And then I just told her that I loved her. I kissed her on the forehead. And I was like, I love you. Like, hope you take care. And then I left. And then when I left, I drove to CVS and I said, I can't forget one thing. I grabbed another letter out of CVS and I grabbed some chocolates and I wrote in a letter to her mom. I said, listen, thank you for everything. You don't understand like how much those meals that you made for me and things like that really impacted my life. Like a certain day. I don't know if her mom knew like what was actually going on. She always used to just see me come over in the crib and hang out with them, but I don't think she knew like what I actually had going on outside this house. Like I never talked about it. You know what I'm saying? Every time for I used to come in their house and chill, they used to want to watch TV and shit. Bro, first 5, 10 like I'm sleeping on the couch. Like, they already knew that. Like this nigga's not gonna stay up. Like, and they used to ask me, yo, what you be doing? They're like, you sit down for 5 minutes, you sleep. And I used to be like, yeah, I just be doing a lot of stuff. But they don't know that, they didn't know all that. But I remember telling her that, like, she wasn't at the door. So I remember writing that in a letter, like, yo, thank you. Like, the food, the hospitality, the way you was towards me, everything like that. I just wanted to tell you from a person to person standpoint, thank you. And she wasn't there at the time. So I left the letter in the mailbox and I put the chocolate in the mailbox. And when I went to turn around to go leave to drive back home, because at this time I was living like 3 hours away, I went to go leave to drive back home. My ex girlfriend is pulling up because we're at her mom's house. And by this time, my ex girlfriend got her own apartment. So I remember she's pulling up, and she's actually on the phone with the other guy that she's with now. Well, at that time, the other guy that she was with at the time. So she's pulling up. She said, why is it that I come to my mom's house and that you're here already too? Like, what are you following me or something? I said, first of all, if I was following you, I wouldn't have made it here before you made it here. What the fuck are you talking about? I already was coming over here anyway. Like, what are you talking about? How does that make any sense? I seriously do think, y'all, that once you started to see like how intelligent I was and like, what I was capable of and how I used to deal with people and deal with situations, I really believe she became very intimidated by me. And I think in her mind it was unpredictable. Me being so unpredictable that she couldn't get a read on me. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, I'm with her to love her and be with her, but she couldn't get a read on me. So anyway, I remember that we get out the car. She's there, I'm there, and we talking, and she's looking at me. By this time, though, her career and things that she got going on is going. Like it's happening for her. You feel me? Everything that happened with that, that's between me and her. Me and her know what's up. I always wish her the best. It's not for me to speak on here. For what's how. For the what, why, and how things happen. I don't care about that. Right. So by this time, she's doing good. She's not in her mom house no more. She got her own shit. She got her own car. She's situated, and I'm not. I'm in a whole different situation. I'm living in someone's basement at this time, 3 hours away. I'm like kind of restarting and reset myself over for something, for something more later down the line, right? And I remember she looked at me in my face and she said, "Look at you." I'm like, what you mean? She like, look at you, like, look at your car. She had a waiting order car to me at the time. But when I met her, she didn't have a car. She didn't have anything. She was getting on a train, but whatever. I already had a car and had all that by that time. When we first met, I was well established when we first met. So she was like, "Yeah, look at you. Like, look at your car. Like, like you live in someone's basement. Like, you broke." And I remember just looking at her like, "Damn, why you say that to me?" And at the time, like, people close to me was going to prison. So I was losing a lot of people close to me too. So like that shit was hurting me too. And she like, you need to let them go. Like you need to not care and stop loving your family. You need to worry about yourself. Like look at you, like you broke. Like look at your car. Like look at you. You know. And I remember I just looked at her and I was like, what? I remember after she said that, I was just like, I was stuck. Like I ain't really like like literally like just like that, like just one of those like how dare you, like how dare you, like I thought we loved each other, like my love for you is unconditional. I loved you and I cared for you when you didn't have none of the things that I had. I might be where I'm at now. I might not have the things materially, but what that got to do with you loving me? Why is it that it had to be something material to me for you to love me or something? Like, I'm not understanding right now. So I remember after she said that, I remember I just left. I remember just driving home, sparking the L, just crying, like, damn, I can't believe this girl said this shit to me. Like, so I remember that I remember that for years. Years. I remember that for years. For years. Like, for years. And, yeah, shit really hurt me. Those things that took place after that, too, that were very untrue. And, I felt like it was an angle to try to tarnish my character, like kick me while I was down type shit. Like take this too. You know what? Why you down there, nigga? Take that. She definitely, definitely did that. But it's cool. So I so I'm gonna reread the passage, right? And it said that again it said that when a woman becomes indifferent or critical and ceases to be an inspiration to her husband, he misses the stimulus of their early relationship and is restless and unhappy. So I said, damn, what does that mean? Right? And this is how this ties into the story. It says in the beginning of a relationship, a woman often inspires a man simply by believing in him. And these are the things I used to say to her, like, I don't want no money from, I don't want nothing from you. Like, just believe in me. Like, whatever I got going on, like, just be in tune and believe in me. Like, I believe in you. You know, I never gave you no money or nothing like that, but I believe. Like, I know you could, I know you can do these things. Like, I believe you. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna speak life into you. I think people really undermine how powerful that is. To have someone believe you, someone not only love you, but somebody believe in you. I think people really undermine how valuable that is. It's something you cannot buy, you know? So it says, by simply believing in him, admiring him, encouraging his growth, and responding to him with warmth. That admiration and emotional connection acts like fuel for him. It gives him purpose, confidence, and direction. When she later becomes indifferent, emotionally checked out, or consistently crucial, that fuel disappears. So he no longer feels seen or valued. He loses the emotional motivation he once has. He feels restless, unsettled, unhappy, not always knowing why. He may seek stimulation somewhere else, work, ego boost, other women, or distraction. It's not saying that the man is perfect or blameless. It's saying that men often run on inspiration. And when the woman who once inspired him no longer does, something vital is missing. This quote is really about emotional poetry, if I'm pronouncing that right. Inspiration versus criticism, connection versus indifferent. And when those polarity dies, polarity, Polarity, y'all, the the relationship feels empty even if both people are still physically present. Given, right? So the lack of inspiration and emotional alignment is what I crave. You know, it says I crave deep. I wrote this down. It says I crave deep accountability. I mean, excuse me. I crave depth, accountability, and real connection, not just sets. And I used to tell her, like, I don't want to just have sex with you. Like I want to like really be connected to you. You know, this probably hit different because I was feeling the lack of inspiration, emotional alignment, not just attraction. So it says now I started to see like, okay, well, you know, you can't, place blame or fault for anything that happened. Like I don't place any of that on either of us. I think what happened just happened, but it's something I want to touch base on too. It says healthy inspiration is not blind admiration. A woman shrinking herself, a man being validated 24/7. Happy wife equals happy wife nonsense. A healthy inspiration feels like this. She respects his direction even if she challenges it. She believes in his capacity, not just his current results. She responds to his efforts emotionally, sexually, energetically. She lets him feel seen. She said, it says, she lets him feel useful, chosen, and trusted, right? So here's the difference between inspiration and praise. Inspiration, her emotional response to who he is becoming. A woman can disagree with you and still inspire you. A woman can hold standards and still inspire you. What kills inspiration is contempt, not honesty. So when a woman becomes critical or indifferent, it's usually because she stopped feeling safe, led, or emotionally connected, which I believe will happen in our relationship. Common causes the man stopped growing or got complacent. I won't ever in my life be complacent. He lost respect, chasing comfort. That's not me either. He became resentful and emotionally unavailable. Here we go. He outsourced his purpose to the relationship. So the cycle often looks like man is driven, woman is inspired, man settles, woman loses trust, woman criticizes, man withdraw, man feels uninspired, relationship decays. No villain, just broken polarity. And here's the truth most men miss. A woman cannot restore a man's inspiration. He has to generate it himself. You dig? I knew that. That's why I didn't want to continue like having her continue being around. It's just like, baby, you can't help me with this, baby. I gotta go find this by myself. You can only add towards what I already have, but you cannot create me. Men have to do that for themselves. You're either a purposeful man, a driven man, or you're not. When men say, "Yeah, my woman changed my life," no, 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 no. Your woman added value to your life, brother. You decide to change your life for the purpose of whatever reason why you've done it. She may have been one of those reasonings why, but you have to change it, not her. She's not capable of doing that. Only you're capable of doing that. So don't get the concept confused. Understand that. Understand that. Let's continue. It says, when a man waits for a woman to inspire him again, he already lost leverage. The move is reclaim direction, rebuild internal authority, stop negotiating your self respect. Practically, inspiration must come from purpose. A woman amplifies purpose, she cannot replace it. If your life is work, scroll, smoke, and sleep, a woman cannot inspire that. But if your life is self mastery, physical training, financial structure, creative output, then her responses become optional, not necessary. You stop asking for emotional permission. Men lose po- polarity when they over explain, seek validation for decisions, or accept chronic disrespect to keep peace. Inspiration returns when a man moves with quiet certainty. Feel me? Hope that really hit with y'all. You feel me? So, nah, I will always love her. I will always have love for her. My love for her was unconditional. I didn't love her because she was my girlfriend at this time. I didn't love her because this was the girl I was sleeping with and what I was seeing. That's not why I loved her. I loved her for who she was as a person and what she was able to add to my life as a woman. Beyond sets, beyond those things. At one point in time, it was the inspiration, especially from her creativity, that kept inspiring me. When you're around creative people and creative things, your outlook and perspective on life shifts. You don't think inside the box. Anybody who's very creative, artistic, they don't think inside the box. They think outside the box. They'll see a circle, draw a sun, a moon, a fucking Saturn, fucking Pluto. They'll draw space, they'll draw the fucking Milky Way. Like, that's creativity. And that's was one of the qualities I really loved about her. See what I'm saying? But if I wasn't able to be myself, like I told you, if I wasn't able to be that relentless guy, because sometimes me and her used to work out. We only worked out about one or two times. I was on her. Nah, we doing this like this. Nah, baby, we going swimming. I'm putting you in the pool first. You're not that good of a swimmer. Come on, I'm gonna show you. But we gonna swim. We gonna get better. Come on, you not that. You read books. You don't read books. Come on, we going to the library. We gonna go read these books. Come on, you want to know about some financial? Come on, we out. Come on, we gonna go find out this financial literacy. We gonna find out these credit cards. We gonna go find out what the fuck we need to do to get this. Come on, we gonna go get these LLCs. Come on, we gonna go get these licenses. Come on, we gonna go open up these businesses. I'm not here to fuck around. You dig? That was me, and I have to be that guy. I have to be that guy in the gym where I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. That's me. I'm a man, bro. I'm not a kid. That's who a man is. I have to have that. I have to have that will, that want to protect you, want to be fucking relentless. If anything come across us, I will be relentless. I will treat you with respect, love, and kindness. But if anything comes across us that poses a threat, I will destroy it. But I had to be comfortable and wanting to do that for you. I can't feel like if I destroy this or I'm not there on any threat that you will leave me. If God forbid I have to go to prison or go to jail because I was trying to protect us. Hmm. So that was a lengthy video today, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys liked it. Like I said, that really hit a string, y'all. Like for real. And that's something that I definitely wanted to touch base on today because I definitely do hear a lot of men, talk about things and what they go through with their women. Brother, 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 of all nationalities and all races, you are a man. You don't go running around seeking validation or approval. First of all, from no one. Second of all, from not no woman, bro. Men do it amongst men quietly, but you don't do that with women because you're a leader. You must lead her. You must protect her. And the minute you start giving that over and you're unsure about yourself, you're unsure about your decisions, you're unsure about your direction, you're unsure about your purpose, there's a minute you will lose her. That's how this shit goes. So always stay within your purpose, always stay in alignment with who you are. And if that woman or that partner that you're with is not in alignment with that, do not be afraid to let her go because you will lose you in trying to keep her. Never, always remember that. Never forget that. You had to flourish and be within yourself as a man and continue to grow and expand yourself as a man. And everything else will add on to that. But never change that or give that up for no one because then you are disrespecting yourself when you do that. So that's today's video, y'all. Man, that was crazy. Yo, I got nothing but love for you if you see this video. Just want you to know that. I wish you the best always still. I want the best for you. I'm happy, from any success in your career that you were able to achieve. I hope you did reach all those goals. You know, wish the best for your family, everything. So much love for sure. And to another video, y'all. I'ma holla at y'all. Damn, that was a lengthy video. Purposeful though.